Coming out of here, the Reverend of the Revolution. Welcome to your daily revolution. Today's topic: you drive in the carpool lane by yourself. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Here in Salt Lake City today, shooting this podcast, 20 degrees outside, and I am freezing. First of all, I just want to say thank you for listening to the podcast. If it brings value to your life, share it on. Tag me, take a picture, and let me know you're listening. I so appreciate you. So check this out. I'm here in Utah. I'm on my way to go speak for one of my companies, one of my organizations here, real estate professionals. And I'm seeing people in the carpool lane just whiz by me, right? And, you know, the old Satima, if I'm late or I want to get there faster, I would have just dipped into the carpool lane. You ever do that? You ever just dip in for like a second? See, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm seeing people in there, I'm driving past them, and it's just them. And then they try to weave out before they get caught. But here's why this is so significant. See, I used to be that person out of integrity. I used to be that person who would just cut corners. Like, it's not that big of a deal. You know, I'm late. I didn't know this much traffic was going to be here, so I'm just going to dip into the carpool lane. And this is significant because there's this thing called integrity. Now look, some people play by the rules. They don't care. They don't give a dang. They're like, I'm good. But here's what I want you to consider. Where else in your life today are you dipping into the carpool lane by yourself without the right car or stickers and thinking that's okay? Where else are you doing that? Cheating the system, cheating other people. Now, you might say, there's no consequence. I didn't cause an accident. It's only one car. But here's what you're not seeing, my friend. Your choices in those moments when no one's watching, your choices in that moment where it's just the choice between doing the quote, right thing or the wrong thing, right? The thing that's out of integrity, the thing that doesn't work. And you might think, there's no consequence. But listen, my friend, I'm going to tell you right now, there's a consequence. There is clearly a real consequence for you doing that. Why? Because if you're willing to do that, if you're willing to dip into the carpool lane, if you're willing to cheat, if you're willing to steal, well, no one knows. I remember when I was younger, I was in 7th grade. Parents were divorced. We were up at a volleyball tournament with my mom. My mom was single. She hadn't remarried yet. And she was playing volleyball. My mom just, basketball, volleyball, softball, super athletic, active. And I remember me and my brother, we saw this Pepsi truck, and my cousin was with us. And, one of the sides was open. And they went in and looked over on the other side, and 6 packs like crazy. Soda. And here's the crazy piece. We actually took it. Now, I was too afraid. Satem was too afraid. That's not my gig. But my brother and my cousin, right? They jump into the truck. They probably get 36 packs. We load my mom's car. I put blankets over it. And the car is obviously, you put that much soda and drinks and 6 packs in a car, it's going to dip, right? It's going to drop a little bit. I remember thinking that's not a big deal. That's no big deal. We stole 30. I may not have jumped in the truck, but I didn't stop them. 7th grade, right? When I became my own business owner, my own entrepreneur, my own guy, I'll never forget sitting with my kids. I think we're at Chuck E. Cheese, and my kids are ripping out not all my kids. One of my sons was pulling out all of the napkins and just wasting them. I said, son, don't do that. That's wasting. He's like, they're free, Dad. I said, no, they're not. They're not free. He's like, yeah, they're everywhere. I said, son, let me tell you something right now. Someone's paying for that. There is a man just like Daddy who owns his business. And when you waste that, you are wasting his hard-earned efforts and energy. It was like these moments in my life as I look back that I'm like, man, every choice has a real consequence. It really does. And I just wonder in my life, right, as I made choices, now look, I've done my best to clean things up. I know that when I go to Google and I look for something, I don't click on the advertised one. I go find the one that's not advertised, because every time I click, someone's paying. I know the game. I run ads. There's some shady people out there who are going to click on your ads just to make you pay. So back to this whole carpool lane, right? And if you tie in the story of my brother and my cousin and these 6 packs of Pepsi, are you a person of integrity or not? Are you really a person who can be counted on? Or are you going to be like, look, I'm in traffic. I'm sitting here on I-15. I see a Costco to my right, Chevrolet dealership to my left. I'm coming up on 106 South in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I'm good. Like, I planned this. I knew it was going to be traffic. I'm going to arrive about 15 minutes before I speak. I don't have my entourage. I don't have my team here. This is just like a 100-person event, and I'm looking forward. Like, it's going to be powerful. It's going to be amazing. And I'm not willing to go dip into the carpool lane to get there like 5 minutes earlier. It's not worth it. I'm not willing to go steal something that seems so insignificant, but man, the consequences are real. So let's go physical, spiritual, relational, financial. Right? Physically, do you be pounding those extra cookies? Do you be, eating the things that aren't on your plan? Do you really get your reps in? Like, do you really push yourself if that's what you're trying to do? Spiritually, when you're in church, I'm a church kind of guy. I go to church. Do you sit and listen and worship? Do you connect with God? Or do you, like the old Satema, look at scores and look at your phone? Look, I get it, man. It's good that you're there. It's probably better that you're there than that you're not in church, if that's your gig. But man, can you be the person that just really is a person of excellence? Relationally. I travel, I'm away from my family. And all I know is loyalty to my family, representing my wife and my sons, my mom and my dad. Like, everything I do has consequences. And that doesn't mean I'm going to be this pushover or this doormat to be walked on. No, hell no. I will take a stand for that which is right, and I don't need no more friends, and I will represent my family. Like, I will be a man that puts himself out in the public. I'll be that same guy as I am in private. And then finally, financially, are you a person, who really knows? Come on, we got a little accident here. Are you a person who really knows that you do the work? Do you do the work? Do you do the work that you say you're going to do? Can you be counted on? If you're an employee and you're listening to this, do you rob from your employer? Do you dip into the carpool lane? Too many people in the marketplace, they be dipping in the carpool lane. They be taking things that don't belong to them. They be saying that they're going to do one thing, but they don't do it. They show themselves on social media one way, but that's not who they are. And that don't work. That doesn't work if you're going to be excellent, if you're going to be great, if you're going to be a winner, if you're going to be a champion, if you're going to play the game to win. So, a couple key takeaways here for me. Our traffic's cleared up. We're back up to probably 75, 80 miles an hour. I'm right on where I need to be, and I'm not willing to compromise integrity. Now, what if you do compromise your integrity? What if you do violate principle? What if you do violate like some of these things that you just know they're not right? Number one, stop it. Stop doing it. Number two, acknowledge it. Stop it, acknowledge it. And then three, if necessary, go clean it up. Go clean it up. Go handle it. Go have a conversation. Go make it right. Restitution. And then you don't need to beat yourself up about it any longer. Just go handle that. Stop doing the unworkable behavior. That's the podcast today, my friends. If this has brought you value, go share it on. And I challenge you today. Find a place in your life where you're still dipping into the carpool lane. Stop doing that. Again, there's a consequence for it. Every set of choices has a consequence. Have a great day, my friends. I'm out. For more info on joining the revolution and living your greatest life of prosperity today, go to www.yourdailyrevolution.com and join us in waking up, turning your brain on, and prospering today.